offers. Rupert Vanderstam has a 2.5-year-old and says his child would be first in line.
Very excited that there's an option for us because the pandemic really hasn't shown any sign of ending for us with kids under the age of 5.
But the new Tom says no way.
Absolutely not. I don't believe that my child's a guinea pig.
She has a 5-year-old and also passed on the opportunity to get her 9-year-old vaccinated, nor is she vaxxed. Across the Leopard Start is Julie Walker, 1010 wins. News time 4:31. Time for traffic and transit with Greg Rice.
Now, Lori, the Verrazano is going to be the story until that story changes. The Verrazano Narrows Bridge upper level still shut down because of the heavy wind. As I say that, they're still shut. They just moved one of the cameras on us, but the Verrazano upper level, that remains closed in either direction because of the very high wind. So, yeah, we're going on 2 hours of this thing, and it is just nasty either way across the bridge. Westbound B3 a mess from the LIE all the way to the bridge. Westbound Belt getting worse en route to the Verrazano from Rockaway Parkway. Eastbound Staten Island Expressway coming at this the other way. You got a mess from right around Bradley Avenue to the Verrazano. Everybody, including trucks, can use the lower level, but you only have half as many lanes available, which is why everything en route to the Verrazano is abysmal. They have also banned the empty and tandem tractor trailers at the Whitestone Bridge, so as everybody reads those signs and takes note, everybody's going to run to the Throgs Neck instead because that's going to be a much better ride. Rest of the bridges and tunnels, here's what you need to know. City-bound side of the George, good enough. To the upper and lower, getting out of town, everything some kind of awful, including the west side, which is just barely moving from the 60s because of emergency maintenance in the 160s. Lincoln Tunnel is about 15 in, 30 to 40 on the outbound ride, 45 to 60 at the outbound Holland, 20 in from the Skyway Better off of the Newark Bay extension. In a jam, call the Barnes Firm traffic tip line at 844-JAM-1010. That's 844-JAM-1010. Traffic sponsored by the Barnes Firm. I'm Greg Rice on 1010 Wins.
I'm attorney Rich Barnes. If you've been in a car crash, choosing the right firm is crucial to get the help you need and the best result possible. Manhattan, Long Island.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Here is meteorologist Dave Bowers.
And that wind gusting still 40 miles an hour, and it's only going to be backing down a little bit here once the sun sets. So it's still rather windy tonight, but otherwise clear and getting very chilly. 39 in Midtown, probably mid-30s in many of the suburbs. And tomorrow, another windy day, not quite as strong, but noticeable. And lots of sunshine with a high about 61. Then a very nice weekend. We'll finally get the wind to settle down. Saturday's a beautiful day with sunshine. High 64, upper 60s on Sunday under partly sunny skies. No talk of rain until Sunday night into Monday, just a few showers. Currently 57 and sunny in Central Park, going down to 39 in Midtown. I'm meteorologist Dave Bowers on New York's weather station, 1010 Wins.
Wind Creek Bethlehem has the loosest slots, highest payouts, and most free play in PA. That's why we're Pennsylvania's #1 players casino. Come play where you can play longer and win more. Wind Creek Bethlehem. It's go time. Must be 21 years of age or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Wins News Time 4:33. Actor Alan Cumming is offering a $10,000 reward for information about a missing co-star.
That's perfect, Maggie. You're getting better at that every day. Ready for breakfast?
Maggie from the 1997 movie Buddy is a chimpanzee. The critter's real name is Tonka. Tonka has gone missing and last seen in a cage at a now defunct chimpanzee facility in Festus, Missouri, a facility that was sued by PETA for keeping animals in deplorable conditions. Cumming says during filming he became good friends with Tonka, and it's horrible to think he might be in a dark cage in a basement somewhere. As Elon Musk looks to wrap up his Twitter takeover, the platform released new numbers today. What could be its last earnings report as a publicly traded company, Twitter is noting a bump in daily users to 229 million. On the heels of Tesla CEO Elon Musk's plan to take over, the company says revenue reached $1.2 billion. Slightly missing expectations. Musk's deal with Twitter is expected to close later this year. Correspondent Naomi Rockham. Wins News Time 4:35. The FDA has released a long-awaited plan to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars. The agency says phasing out the mint-flavored smokes would save hundreds of thousands of lives. Menthol was the only cigarette flavor that was not banned under the 2009 law that gave the FDA authority over tobacco products. Civil rights groups have long accused the tobacco industry of aggressively marketing menthol cigarettes to black communities, which caused higher rates of smoking-related illnesses and death. A cuppa may be just what the doctor ordered.
A cup of tea could have benefits for both mind and body. At a meeting of nutrition scientists from around the world, researchers said true teas, including black, green, white, and oolong, can contribute significantly to public health. Evidence shows tea's naturally occurring compounds may protect against dementia, and researchers say higher consumption may reduce the risk of some cancers, as well as heart disease and diabetes.
Correspondent Michael George, the research was presented at the 6th International Scientific Symposium on Tea and Human Health. 57 degrees. It is very windy. Winds gusting right now to 26 miles per hour, but they have gusted up to 40 miles per hour this afternoon. It will remain windy tonight, the temperature going down to 40 degrees. Winds news time 4:36. Lizzo has the metaverse on her mind. 1010 Wins Entertainment is next. Hi, I'm Sultan Progressive. You know me, I'm a huge football fan, but it can be stressful for us super fans. So Progressive is going to help take your mind off your team for a moment. Instead of thinking about how your team threw the wrong ball on the wrong net, just think about how Home Court Explorer lets you easily compare our direct rates with multiple companies. Well, hope this distraction about Progressive's Home Court Explorer was helpful. It sure helped me from stressing about my team for a bit. Anyway, go Sport!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hey, Todd, another month and another Jeep celebration event here at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
John, when you have something as special as the new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee El Laredo 4x4, how could you not want to keep celebrating?
Complete with 3-row seating, available Jeep Select Terrain Traction Management System, and aerodynamic performance. The new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee El Laredo 4x4 comes in at quite the celebratory price.
Get an amazing lease offer at Ramsey right now for just $458 per month for 39 months and 5017 to its signing plus tax and MV fees.
Only $458 a month? Now that's a reason to celebrate.
So stop by our showroom today and see what Ramsey's famous for.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 888-906-6111 for lease details. Offers to qualified buyers. Primary lender approval includes tax license registration MSRP 46278. VIN number N85434210. Security deposit. Offer ends 5222. Wednesday time, 4:38 now. 1010 Wins Entertainment. Dope Sick, the miniseries that delved into the opioid crisis, is among the shows being honored by the 15th Television Academy Honors.
I know most people don't think about us up there. Well,
The honors recognize shows that have used the power of TV to fuel social change. Also receiving honors this year: Black and Missing, Insecure, It's a Sin, and Reservation Dogs. Lizzo heading into the metaverse. She'll perform at the Songbreaker Awards, which will be the first award show on the game platform Roblox. The influencer Bretman Rock is hosting the virtual awards, which will premiere this Saturday. Carol is walking away from the dead. Melissa McBride, who has played Carol on The Walking Dead since day one, will not be part of the next spin-off series. Producers praised her, but said she wasn't able to relocate to Europe, where the series will be filmed. The spin-off is scheduled to premiere next year. Wednesday news time 4:39.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness, modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose, where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
The station you know, the people you trust. 1010 Wins.
The news watch never stops. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon, 57 degrees at 4:40. I'm Lori Benton, and here's what's happening. Family, friends, and colleagues of New York City firefighter Timothy Klein, who was killed while on the job in Canarsie, attending a wake this afternoon and tonight. We have a report coming up from our Carol Dioria. The NYPD looking for two purse-snatching thieves who were on a scooter. They targeted women in the Bronx in drive-by robberies. Raise a pint for Ukraine. Anheuser-Busch brewing up a Ukrainian-inspired beer at its Newark brewery. Lawmakers are pushing a bill aimed at basement apartments in the city, shoring up tenants' rights while allowing homeowners to legally rent out the units. A diamond was an auction buyer's best friend to the tune of $57.5 million. On Wall Street, the Dow closed up 614 points today. The Nasdaq surging 382. The S&P closed up 103 points. 10-10 winds. AccuWeather says clear tonight with a cold wind, low 40, sunny and windy tomorrow, high 61. The weekend's looking very nice. And about that wind. Winds news time 4:41. Time for traffic and transit with Greg Rice.
Yeah, Laura, the wind's a traffic story, too, because of what it's doing to the Verrazano. It is closing the upper level of the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. It's been this way for nearly 2 hours now. Verrazano upper level is closed, and this is the wrong time of day to do it. Westbound side of the BQE, you got an absolute standstill right now, pretty much from the Long Island Expressway all the way on down towards the area of the Verrazano Narrows Bridge because of this mess along the way. Looks like there's a wreck involving a FedEx truck on the westbound BQE just past the Brooklyn Bridge. You cannot catch a break on the westbound BQE outbound Gowanus. Westbound Belton route to the Verrazano locked up from Rockaway Parkway to the bridge because of the upper level closure, and the Staten Island Expressway eastbound bad from Bradley Avenue all the way to the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Citybound George finds that the tolls upper and lower, but getting out of town, everything is some flavor of awful. Lincoln tunnels about 10 in, 30 to 40 out, 45 to 60 at the outbound Holland, 15 to 20 in. Whitestone is awful either way. They haven't banned every truck at the Whitestone Bridge, but they have banned the empty and tandem tractor trailers over there, so the Throgs Neck is going to treat you better either way across the Upper East. I'm Greg Rice. Our next report at 4:51 on 1010 Winds.
The sad farewell begins for a fallen New York City firefighter. 1010 Wind reporter Carol Dioria is in Brooklyn.
Mayor Adams and hundreds of firefighters were among those paying their last respects to Timothy Klein. Acting Fire Commissioner Laura Kavanaugh said this is a tough time for Klein's parents and three sisters.
There's really nothing you can say to a family to make this any easier, but certainly what we pledge is to never forget. And you see the presence here behind me, blocks and blocks of firefighters coming to give their condolences.
Lieutenant Robert Kielberger, one of Klein's supervisors in Ladder Company 170, said Klein knew what he was doing and knew what he wanted.
He was a guy who had a relatively short amount of time in our firehouse, and he made an impression on everybody he worked with. Junior men who he trained and senior men who he impressed pretty much from the day he walked in the firehouse.
Klein died Sunday battling a Canarsie house fire. Carol Dioria, 1010 Winds in Brooklyn.
Funeral services will be held tomorrow. Wednesday time 4:43. Police say a 6-month-old boy fell from a second-floor balcony in the Mapleton section of Brooklyn early this morning. He's expected to survive. He's in serious but stable condition. It happened at a multi-family home on 51st Street. Police tell us it's unclear if the child was intentionally dropped. Channel 4 has reported that the baby's mother dropped him from the balcony. She has been taken to a hospital for psychiatric evaluation. There have been no arrests. Police are looking for two men who were on a scooter and who went on a violent purse-snatching spree targeting women in the Bronx. They say it happened last Wednesday, with the first woman targeted on Crotona Park East in Morrisania around 1 a.m. A short time later, another woman was robbed on Jessup Avenue in Mount Eden, with other incidents reported a short time later in Charlotte Gardens, Tremont, and Pelham Bay. Police say 5 of the women were punched in the face, one pushed to the ground. You can see surveillance video of the suspects at 1010winds.com. Mayor Adams plans to meet with NYPD brass this weekend to discuss strategies in cutting down on crime. 1010 Wind reporter Roger Stern asked New Yorkers to weigh in today.
Since reporters won't be there to hear the answers, we decided to ask New Yorkers what they would tell the mayor if asked. Mitchell from South Jamaica saying,
well, I like the police presence. I think there should be more beat walkers along main boulevards.
But Lisa from Jamaica says it takes more than the police to reduce crime. She argues that we need better education in the schools.
It will stop the school-to-prison pipeline.
And if the mayor were to ask Abdullah in Queens Village what he would do, he'd say pay attention to those most responsible for crime.
Keep your eye on young men into this city.
But the mayor will hear what the experts have to say. Roger Stern, 1010 Wins in Queens.
Anheuser-Busch says it's making a Ukrainian-inspired beer at a Newark brewery, and profits will benefit Ukraine. The beer maker says the tribute beer will be available on draft in New York City, Chicago, Houston, LA, and Phoenix beginning next month. Wins News Time, 4:46. A change on the way for job postings here in the city. That story is next.
As a mother of a young son growing up in Brooklyn, having uncommon schools a part of our lives has been nothing less than rewarding for our family. From kindergarten to now 5th grade, my son continues to not only excel in reading and math, but also in self-awareness. What I love most about Uncommon is their dedication to greatness from all of their staff. If you're looking for a school that really cares about your child, consider Uncommon Schools. Apply at uncommonschools.org/enroll.
Mommy, this message is student approved.
Being nosy is a good thing. Like if you suspect a natural gas leak in your home, get outside immediately. Then call 911 or your natural gas provider. Natural gas gives off a funny smell, kind of like rotten eggs. You may also hear a hissing sound or see a hazy white cloud. So if you notice any of these signs, get outside immediately. Then call 911 or your natural gas provider. Being nosy can keep you safe. From the member companies of the Northeast Gas Association.
Cards issued by Celtic Bank, member FDIC. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value.